The stakes on the PGA Tour have never been higher. Each event plays out like a cash fight at the Crystal Maze, with players competing for positions and FedEx Cup points deciding their salaries for the year. Growing interest in streaming and competing has led the tour to inject more money into the event's prize pools, with the total jackpot for this season expected to exceed $500 million. In this video, we will take a look at the highest-paid golf players in the PGA Tour 2023 so far. Tyrrell Hatton, $6,055,594. The Englishman is the first of 3 consecutive players to make this top 10 thanks to his stellar performances at the Wells Fargo Championship. The 2020 Arnold Palmer winner finished T3 at Quail Hollow course during the first weekend in May and pocketed less than $1.2 million for his efforts. He earned more than double the Players' Championship, contributing a sizable percentage of his season's earnings. Hatton bagged nearly $3 million that weekend, despite him finishing 5 shots behind world number 2 Scottie Scheffler. Add in earnings from strong performances at the WM Phoenix Open, and this year's Arnold Palmer and Hatton were well on their way to a successful year on the PGA Tour. Wyndham Clark, $6,082,979. Oh, what a weekend can change. Clark languished in 36th on the tour money list before triumphing in Wells Fargo, showing all of his power and the strength of him to walk away with his first PGA Tour win. His commanding win at Quail Hollow was emotional for the 29-year-old, who comes 5 years into his PGA Tour career in the 134th time he's asked. He earned $3.6 million for taming one of the least forgiving courses on the tour, more than double the money he's already grossed this season. 9 top 25 finishes kept him going, while his closest call in 2022-23 against Wells Fargo was a third-place finish at the Zurich Classic, partnering friend Beau Hossler. Xander Schauffele, $6,362,197. It's been a case of bridesmaid but never the bride for Schauffele as of late. He'll be happy to have moved up 10 spots after his second-place finish at Wells Fargo, but the gigantic paychecks that come with his victories have eluded the Californian so far this season. Xander might need to start closing tournaments a little stronger if he wants more trophies, but he's ranked 5th in the world for good reason. 8 top 10 finishes in the first 13 events of the season, including cash-outs on American Express, WGC Match Play, and RBC Heritage, demonstrated his stability and class. Schauffele finished 6th on the money list last season and is well-placed to improve on that standings in 2023. Max Homa, $8,301,012. He is one of the most colorful golfers on the circuit, and at times, one of the most underrated. This season, Homa is proving his worth on the PGA Tour, stealing wins and earning an extremely healthy nest egg in the process. The 32-year-old has catapulted himself to podium finishes in tour earnings this season, with early season victories at the Fortinet Championship and the Farmers Insurance Open. A handful of excellent top 10 finishes, including a second place in the Genesis, rounded out these big victories and left the chasing field far behind to catch up with the Californian. Scottie Scheffler, $12,508,495. Last season's PGA Tour money list leader won one of the tour's most prestigious and lucrative events earlier this season, the Players' Championship. He pocketed a third of his winnings for the season that weekend, taking home $4.5 million for 4 days of golf. A couple more weekends like that would see it reach number 1 on this list. Scheffler added another $8 million to this Players' Championship salary by winning at the WM Phoenix Open and finishing in the top 10 6 more times. Being in the mix at events like Arnold Palmer, Worldwide Technology Championship, and WGC Match Play gave him the opportunity to defend his money list crown. Jon Rahm, $14,462,840. Unsurprisingly, the Super Spaniard is leading the money list this season. He is earning the title of #1 golfer in the world. Rahm has already won the Sentry Tournament of Champions, American Express, Genesis, and of course the Masters in 2022-23, but just as impressively, he also ranks high in defeat. In addition to those 4 wins, Rahm has 8 notable top 10 finishes this season, including his gutsy chase of Tony Finau at the Mexican Open in April. These performances helped Rahm break the record for most money made in a season. He also currently ranks 1st in the FedEx Cup standings, so he could easily add another $20 million in bonuses to his on-field earnings by the end of the year. Not a bad job if you can find it. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this.